It's only the third time that the WRC has been to Japan, but already this event has a reputation for one of the most colourful opening ceremonies in the calendar. Fresh from victory in Finland, Ford's Marcus Gronholm was the early leader in Japan, an event he won last year. By the end of the first day, the only man anywhere near the flying Finn was Sebastian Loeb. As in Finland, these two were in a class of their own, and Seb was yet again fighting to win an event which he has yet to conquer. Petter Solberg, of course, has won this rally, an emotional victory for Subaru at their home event in 2004. But he also has painful memories of last year, when he was leading and crashed out on the final day.
The brake broke.
This year, the bad luck came earlier, with a brake problem seeing him tumble from 3rd to 10th.
Just some small brake problem, yeah.
Pretty big brake problem.
It doesn't have to be big to lose a lot of time.
On day 2, Sebastian Loeb started putting pressure on Gronholm, halving the Finn's lead on stage 13. And the pressure, it seemed, affected Gronholm's performance. On the next stage, too fast into the corner, he dropped 24 seconds and lost the lead. He spun again on the following stage to trail Loeb by nearly half a minute at the halfway point of the rally. Behind these two, Mikko Hirvonen was looking smooth and secure in 3rd. A mature and responsible drive, the Finn heading for his 4th podium in 5 events. Subaru's Chris Atkinson was battling over 4th place. His rival for that position, Manfred Stoll, the Austrian performing well on his Japanese debut. On the final day, Marcus Gronholm won 4 of the 6 stages, closing the margin to Loeb from 26 seconds overnight to just 5.6. But he couldn't catch the Frenchman. That 5.6 seconds, though, was the smallest winning margin since Germany 2003. So Loeb won his 27th rally. He's now the most successful WRC driver ever. So here's confirmation of that tiny winning margin. 4th place is Chris Atkinson's best result of 2006. Toshi Arai scores points in his first WRC drive since 2002. Another 10 points, of course, for Seb. His lead in the championship now an impregnable-looking 33 points. And in addition, he's broken another record by overhauling Carlos Sainz to become the driver with the most victories in rally history.
And Cyprus is where we're headed now with Rally Replay. Rally Cyprus 2002, and Peugeot were already leading the Manufacturers' Championship by 27 points after 3 consecutive rally victories. Both Ford and Subaru were hoping that the first gravel event of the season would bring about a change in fortunes. Ford drivers Colin McRae and Carlos Sainz had won here the previous 2 years and were confident going into the first day. But a broken drive shaft saw the Spaniard plummet to 20th position after only the 2nd stage. Teammate McRae started with nothing but victory in mind. McRae was quick from the off. By the end of day 1, he was leading Marcus Gronholm by 6.9 seconds. Subaru, however, weren't faring as well. Despite a good show of form on stage 1, Solberg was experiencing transmission problems, which resulted in 2 spins on stage 2. And if this wasn't enough, a broken throttle cable saw him fall to 31st place. Teammate Mäkinen had suffered through a soft suspension setup and broken display on day 1, leaving him unable to make much of a mark on the leaderboard. And his bad luck followed him into day 2 when a mysterious engine fault struck the Finn. But despite this, a spin and subsequent broken wheel rim, he finished the day in 3rd. Bad weather was taking its toll on the drivers, but thankfully for Solberg, a favourable road position ensured that he missed most of the rain, and he soon began to fly back up the leaderboard, finishing the day in 8th. But there was one man dominating the event. At the end of day 2, Colin McRae had secured a 26-second lead over Peugeot's Marcus Gronholm. But day 3 would be a different story. On stage 15, the Ford team gave McRae a wrong split time. Thinking he was equal to Gronholm's stage time, the Scot didn't push, but he was actually 9 seconds down on the Finn, and and by the end of the stage had lost 16 seconds to the Peugeot driver. The following stage saw Ford's Marco Martin hit a rock and roll. Luckily, the damage was relatively superficial and the Estonian continued almost immediately. Eager to claw back some time, McRae attacked. But he hadn't bargained on hitting the same rock as Martin. Rolling his focus, he broke his power steering, lost valuable time and the lead. By the end of the third stage of the day, he was 50 seconds down on Gronholm. It's all or nothing with McRae, and confident to reclaim his lead, he pushed like never before. His hopes of a rally win now up in smoke. After some unorthodox roadside repairs, he got back on the road, but could only claim 6th place. So, despite a complete lack of stage wins, Marcus Gronholm went on to win Rally Cyprus 2002 by a margin of 56 seconds. And Hirvonen will be hoping he'll be making some waves of his own as he and the teams head back to Europe for round 12 of this year's World Rally Championship, Rally Cyprus. Endurance is the name of the game here, and the event has been known to throw up more than its fair share of entertainment in the past. Based in the holiday hotspot of Limassol on the Mediterranean's third largest island, the rally encompasses 23 stages and 331 kilometres of rock-riddled roads. And to give us his guide to what to expect is last year's Rally Cyprus runner-up, Manfred Stoll.
The rally is based in Limassol, so you have a little the sea feeling all the time. And yeah, I mean, this year should be a stage in the city, so it will be quite interesting.
The tight, twisty stages are amongst the most unique in the World Championship, with rocks littering the roads, waiting to eat away at tyres and shatter suspensions, proving a real headache for the drivers.
They are very, very slow, very rough. They are not my famous stages. I don't like very much so slow stages, and they are very rough, but the good thing on it is you have to drive a little with the head, a little with tactic, and it's okay for me.
When things go wrong in Cyprus, though, tactics are thrown out of the window. Lose your power steering on these treacherous roads, and it's more often than not an early flight home.
Without power steering, it's nearly impossible to finish the stage, and the temperature in the car is very hot because it's hot at this time on the rally, and all what you don't want in Cyprus is to have any failure on your car or on the tires, because then you have big problems.
And last year's second place finisher believes that precision rather than speed is the key to succeeding here.
The start stages was very long, and I was like save my tires and my car very much and push on the nice places and go a bit slower on the very rough places. And it seems to be it was a good tactic, and I hope I can make it this year again. Yeah, I think Cyprus is, I think it's the hardest physically, and you have to be very good prepared for Cyprus, otherwise you get complete collapsed. And already last year first stage was like 36 kilometers, and this was a lot of hard work.
Sebastian Loeb racked up back-to-back wins here in 2004 and 2005 and will be aiming for a hat-trick this year as he moves tantalisingly closer to his third driver's title.
I'm sure that Sebastian or the Citroëns will be very fast there, because their line is a bit different and their line save also the car. So, and Beta is too much sideways all the time, which is a big problem in Cyprus. So last year it was a very good rally for me, and I hope we can adjust our car right for Cyprus this year, and then I'm looking very positive in it. But we will see. I mean, everyone has his secret and everyone tries his best.
So, with Sebastian Loeb in touching distance of his third consecutive driver's title, there's all to play for in this year's Cyprus Rally. And for all the latest WRC news, log on to wrc.com. But for now, goodbye.